Hello everyone, this is the Bovine Terror, and today we will be playing Empires of the Undergrowth. Now, today I have something very special to show you, because today we're going to be doing something that is either the first time anybody's done this, or at least it's the first time anyone's done this and put a video of YouTube up for it. But today we are going to be beating Formicarium Challenge 3 with only workers. The way that I do this is very specific, and it's not that difficult to do, but it's pretty time-consuming. But basically, yeah, so as you can see, I only have workers. As you can see, all of my tiles are just workers. I have nothing else. And so, what I'm going to do to accomplish this is essentially, I've stocked up a lot of food. I have done this a few times just to test if I can do it. I was able to actually do it with about 13,000 food once, but that was right on the cusp. I just barely won, so I made sure I had 20,000 just to make sure I could do this. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you can get the maximum size army that you can with workers. You want to have one little extra section of workers that help put eggs back on the tiles when they die, because they die a lot and you need to keep putting them onto tiles really quickly, so you need a lot of extra workers to help with that. So you can't just rely on the base 7, you have to use some extras as well. So you then want to split them into a few different teams, that way you can have them all go to different places. And then there's some certain upgrades that you should be going for. So as you can see, I haven't unlocked the leaf cutters, I haven't unlocked the wood ants, I haven't unlocked the black ants. The only ones I have are the workers and the queen. So for the queen's upgrades, I took Royal Guard. Royal Guard's going to be useful because if the enemy does successfully push into your nest, which if you do the strategy correctly, it shouldn't happen, but if you make a mistake or something, this is going to be really important. You need to have Royal Guard come in, that way the Royal Guard ants can actually kill a lot of the ants that are in here quickly, because that'll be really important, just to have them kill a bunch. And then you're going to want to take Fierce Mother, because healing is not going to be very useful, and being invulnerable is not going to be very useful for this. You want to have Fierce Mother, that way once she drops down to 75% health and the Royal Guard is spawned, all the enemy ants in your nest will be stunned, and then they can't do anything, which gives your workers enough time to kill them. Because workers are actually pretty effective in this game, it's just that they kind of take a long time to kill because they don't do a lot of damage, and so you want to give them as much time to attack the enemies while they're in here and not have the enemies attack them. So then you want your workers, you want them all the way up to level 3, and you want to take, I took defensive. Evasive is just not useful if they're the only ones doing the fighting, so you want to take defensive, that way they just take 20% less damage. And then they can't take more than 20 damage in a single attack. That I haven't noticed being useful in this, though. And then you want to take Aggressive Brood, because it does increases attack damage by ×3. This one, Efficient Brood, just doesn't really help you very much for this. So yeah. Now, when you go into the upgrades, I actually made the mistake and I put points into the Queen's cooldown. You're only going to want to use this once, and you can't. It costs so much royal jelly to make this go down by even a little bit. It's not useful to change. I wasted my jelly in putting points into this. Don't do that if you can. What you really want to do is you want to go back. You want to go to your workers and you want to increase their movement speed. And you want to just make it as fast as they possibly can. Because what ends up happening is that these workers are weaker than all of the enemy ants, and you want to make your workers have as many advantages as possible, and the biggest thing to this strategy is making sure your ants are in the right position. So if they move faster, it'll get them into the right positions faster, and that's really what you want to do. So you want to make sure you have a big stockpile of food before you start this. You want to make sure you have speed tiles coming mostly from the nests to the exit. That way they can get out there faster, because speed is going to be really important here. You really want to make sure that they're as fast as you can make them. And then, yeah, that's basically that. So then I will just show you what you need to do. But this is basically what you need to do. And this is what you need to do to set up. And yeah, we will just go from there. I don't know why my FPS is so terrible. It wasn't like this before. We'll just roll with it, I guess, but I'm sorry the ants are a little bit stuttery. Okay, so we are going to begin Formicarium Challenge 3. Let's do this. We have to do this on easy. The reason you have to do easy on this is because the whole point of this strategy is to outlast the enemies in the amount of food that you have. So you just keep forcing them, keep making them fight and lose ants until they run out of food. And that's kind of the only way you can win this. And you just delay for as long as you can and just try to pick off weak ants here and there. And that's all you can really do for this. So if you do it on easy, the game doesn't just artificially give the enemy more food. Even at medium difficulty, though, they give the enemy more food, and you can never just brute force push your way through the enemy. It just never ever works. You have to just wait until they're out of food and then kill them, because unfortunately, they're just too strong. You just can't do it with workers. So, you have to do this on easy. That's just the only way it's going to work. But we will start this up, and yeah. So I'll kind of show you what happens, but you'll see why this is important.
I'm afraid we've ran out of time. It doesn't matter if the nest isn't perfect. Run the experiment, then clear out the specimens and bleach the equipment.
Yes, I know. I'm doing it.
And when you are finished here, I think we should have a word about your conduct around the laboratory.
I think we should have a word about your conduct around the laboratory.
What was that?
Nothing. Starting the experiment.
Good. Let me know when you have a result.
Okay, my little ants. This is it. The winner will have the privilege of joining me for the ultimate test. The real final experiment. The loser will be relegated to the waste disposal.
Alright, so first things first, you just tell everybody to come here and just kill these guys, because they send out a bunch of slave makers? Yeah, they send out a bunch of slave makers that are all pretty weak, and you are able to overpower them, so you just come in and you just kill all of them.
The Ereptus finally meet.
And see, so you're able to win this. It's really not that hard. You'll probably lose a handful, but this particular fight isn't difficult. Now, you don't want to go in here, because you will lose. So you do that, and then you bring Team 2 down there, you team 3 here, and then Team 1 you keep right here at the entrance. So, yeah, he's going to squish a bunch of your ants, which sucks, but whatever. It's better to just take them out when they're here at the beginning. When they start bringing in more ants, you just can't sustain this, so you got to just stop. So now, you just have this constant stream coming around here from Team 1, and then all the other teams just hide up here. And the point of this is that they start separating out and sending some of their guys down here. And the only way you can really pick off any of them is if you separate them, because if you don't separate them, they just plow through your ants and there's just nothing you can do. So you bring them all the way down here and you force them to come down here, which makes them send just small groups of ants down here to try to fight, and then they'll lose some more ants. And these guys, they just keep coming here to just kind of keep some pressure here. And then right here, this is perfect. So now there's only a few ants that came up here, and you can see their health going down, and we'll actually kill all those ants, and it'll force them to force them to have to come up there, try to deal with a little bit. And now there's a whole bunch of them coming up here, and they're going to probably kill all of them. And then they left these guys alone, so now you just come back down here, and you just keep bringing these guys here until eventually they're going to push all the way back into this area, and then you want to start sending your Team 1 either up or down to avoid this big group in the middle, because they'll just keep killing your ants. So, yeah, see, now these guys are going to hang up here, so Team 2 can't really do that much, but you just kind of sit here for as long as you can. Well, they're plowing through us a lot faster than they usually do. This isn't the greatest. Team 1, come on down here. I want to try to get some more ants in the back here before they cut us off. All right, now they're cutting us off, which is unfortunate. Let's see, Team 2, let's see if we can get you to come up here, just so we're not dying as much. And see, if we can get little fights like this is perfect, because we have a chance to kill them. The trapjaw ants are really difficult for the workers to deal with because they heal, and the workers just don't do very much damage. So, I'm glad they killed one of them. I'm actually kind of surprised they killed one, but yeah, see, those 3 were able to kill them all pretty easily,
Most of our wretches are
unfortunately.
fighting very far from their nest. I wonder what would happen if their queen was threatened.
Alright, so this...
Yes, these mole crickets should reveal the relative.
Yeah, he sends in some mole crickets, but it's not a big deal because our ants hatch so fast that they just come in, and so they'll help protect everybody. It's not that big of a deal. I think, yeah, there's only 3 of them, so it's basically these guys will just keep hatching. Also, another thing I forgot to mention, you want to make sure that your nest group is not fighting because you want them to keep laying eggs. You want all the rest of the ants to be fighting in here. So they'll take care of these guys. That's not a big deal. You don't have to worry about that. You want to keep focusing up here. Yeah, just keep these guys down here. It'll force them to come down. And then now that they've gone up here, they're going to clear out. In fact, I might have Team 1 and 2 come up here and try to take out these 3 since they're kind of isolated. We'll see if we can. They might come back up before we can do anything. Okay, so we've been pretty thoroughly pushed back now. This is not ideal. I don't like getting this kind of fight, but this is... It looks like we're about to get pushed back here. We might kill a few of these guys, though, so I'm going to just keep it going, because we have a pretty big group. And them losing ants is a lot more costly than us, because every worker we lose, we only have to spend 2 food to bring them back. These guys, if a major dies, they have to spend 15 food. The trapjaws at 6 food, and the smaller army ants, it's 3 food, and then the slave makers, it's 6, I think. But yeah, anyway, so now at this point they're pushing through, so you're going to move Team 3 back into there, and you're going to keep Team 3's icon down here. Then you're going to take Team 1, bring them up here, and you're going to take Team 2 and bring them down here, and then you're going to fight back here. And all of this is just to delay them. It's just to make it so it's harder for them to get in. And so that actually looks kind of primed to attack, so I might attack these guys while they're kind of isolated. And this splits them up a little bit. This is perfect. See, these guys are kind of blocking them off, so then Team 2 here can just come and kill all of these guys. And there's a whole bunch of food that they're losing, and this is all fantastic and what we want to happen. So now that that's happened, we're just going to send everybody back to their places, because there's no need to fight on the front line, because they will lose. And then these guys get bunched up here, because they're... I guess they're... Like, these guys are all still here, so they're... The scent markers just kind of stick around for a while, so... Which is useful for us, because that means there's fewer ants that are just... Oh, no, I forgot. You go all the way up here, because then they have to come all the way up here just to get to your ants. You just delay them as much as you possibly can. You just make it as hard as possible. Now, the reason I moved Team 3 back in here is because at this point you only kind of need 2 groups. And at this point I want them to just get... Now that these guys are a lot closer, it's a lot more dangerous. It's a lot more dangerous for our nest. So we need to make sure that we have a lot of people re-egging, I guess. Putting out more eggs again. Because that's really, really important at this point. So... What'll happen is that in this game mode, and they might change this in the future, and I think that's kind of why I wanted to make a video about this now, because I discovered you can do this. The problem is that as long as you have ants outside of the nest, they won't get into your nest. So you need to delay them by just making sure you have even 1 ant outside of the nest. And so what'll end up happening is these guys will start pushing in, and they'll get right to your nest, and then because these all... poke out in different angles, you actually just, the ants will bunch up either, you know, at the front entrance, the top entrance, or the bottom entrance, and whichever entrance they're not bunched up at, you just take all of your ants and bring them out the other entrance and just sit in the corners. Or if you're feeling really bold, you run out in this direction. And then they can't get you. Like, they just can't, there's not enough of them to, there's not enough of them to actually make... to like to cover all the entrances, and so you just run to the sides, and then they never get in. And then eventually they move the scent marker to where all your ants are, and when they start moving that direction, you just move the other way, and then you just keep moving back and forth. And look, like this little group right here, they're all going to die pretty soon here. We're going to be able to take them all out, and that's fantastic. We just took out, you know, some majors, we took out some trap jaws, and we got our position back, which is great. And then these guys are all still fighting up here. They're going to kind of get stuck here for a little bit. I'm actually going to have Team 1 come up here so they leave them alone for a bit. And then if they move away, they'll come down here to Team 2. And then if they come down to Team 2, then we'll just move them back up. And we just kind of keep doing that because if you just send them in a straight line there, they'll die pretty quickly and they'll kind of all get swarmed pretty easily. So you want to try not to have that happen as much as possible. Okay, so now you guys can come up in here. Team 2 will just keep coming down here just to keep most of the force down here. And then these guys will come back up here. Actually, they all left, so you guys just come on back here. And this little corridor limits how many of them can get there. And that's kind of one of the bigger problems, is that if there's a whole bunch of them that bunch up against your army, like in here, they just plow through you immediately. So if you can keep them in a kind of a choke point, that's helpful. And then we just kind of wait. We just do this for a while. Like, eventually they'll push in and they'll get to like this point, and then we can't do that anymore, and we'll have to push back to the final positions, which are back here. And then once we do that, I mean, that's just kind of the end of that. In fact, okay, you guys are getting swarmed here, but if you guys can come back and just take out this little group, that would be nice. I don't know if we'll kill anybody, or... No, we're getting a few, and that's all you gotta do. You just gotta pick opportunities to just try to kill as many as you can, and that's all you can really ask for, because you're just not gonna be able to fight them brute force. You're just never, ever going to be able to do that. See, another little group right here is gonna get picked off. We're gonna pick off a few majors, which is fantastic. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And then they're being kind of jerks, so we're actually gonna go up here. Because if we start losing too many, it starts to become more costly than it's worth. But these guys are still here, so we can just keep doing that. Yeah, it runs exactly the same. Okay, whatever. That's okay. Sorry about the quality. I'm just doing the best I can. I'm sorry, my computer's starting to die. There's not really that much I can do about that. Little group here. Let's see if we can go down there and get these guys. Yeah, there's a lot more of them coming here, so if we can come over here, that would be preferable. And they're going to swarm us in just a second, but we can get a few of them. Oh yeah, this is good, this is good. We're getting a few. They're going to get us all in just a second here, but it was worth a try. Oh, see, this is where it starts to become... Yeah, this is it. So this is the point where we have to back off, because now there's too many of them, and we can't fight them. So now we just send Team 1 up there, and Team 2 down here. So this is the end now. We don't push forward anymore. We just sit and go back and forth between 1 and 2, and that's kind of all we do. And in fact, no, that's right. I almost forgot. You can leave Team 2 there, but now you want to group all of your ants into one group and send them to one side. Because you want all of these guys to congregate on one entrance and not on a bunch of them, because if you get them on all the entrances, they'll kill all of your ants and then they'll invade your nest. If they invade your nest, you're kind of dead. Yeah, the Royal Guard is kind of helpful, but it's never, ever going to be enough to stop them entirely. And that's kind of the key here, is that it's never going to be enough to stop them. So we got a whole bunch of dudes up there. I'm kind of okay with this for now. Let's see, maybe just to divert them a little bit, I'll send... Oops, that's Team 2. I'm going to get rid of that marker for now. Well, that's a bad idea. I won't do that. As best you can, try not to go out this way, as tempting as it might be. It because it brings all of your group down, which is a little bit dangerous, so you don't really want to do that. They're kind of bunching us up here, and the problem with this bunching up, it's not technically that bad, but you don't kill basically any of them if you do this, so you kind of just want to stop once they start doing that. And see, they're all around my nest now. Like, they want to come in, but they can't, which is fantastic. And because they can't, that means that we just have free reign to come back down here and avoid them. And I'm sorry my game is not running very well. This is not great, but unfortunately I can't really do much about it, so I'm sorry about that. So we'll just do this. Eventually they'll move their marker to come down here, and you want them to trickle, because now they didn't trickle that well. Sometimes they'll trickle a little bit better than this, and you'll be able to kill a whole bunch of them when they come here, but they kind of trickled a lot less than I would have wanted them to. They're not spreading out as much as they usually do. This might be a little problematic. Okay, just to kind of break up their numbers, I'm going to come out this entrance here and also move all these guys over. That way they get away from the entrances, because they're kind of... If there's too many of them, they'll just accidentally cover all the entrances, and you don't want that to happen. Okay, this is good, because they'll start coming down here. I actually got quite a good number of ants out here, actually. It's not great because they're going to just chew through our numbers, but I just needed them to move away from the entrances. Actually, I'll make them come up here. That'll be better. And yeah, they'll come down here and they'll kill us all, but that's okay. So, alright, now we'll go up here. Hopefully, yeah. So, see, there's a bit of a lag in where they're going. So, these guys are all going to come down here, which is nice. And now there's not nearly as many of them here. And this is the trickle that I wanted. There's not a lot of ants right here, so we're able to swarm them and kill them. And that's all we need to do. We just need to keep plucking away at their food reserves until they don't have any. And hopefully our food reserves last longer than theirs do. And that's kind of all we can hope for. Okay, they're starting to be a little too much, so we'll just come down here. And as long as we have ants on the outside, that's all we really need. Alright, there's the trickle. That's good. There's only a handful of them. We can hopefully take them out. And now the rest go. If we can just kill that major, that'll be really nice. Yep, we got the major. Good, good, good. I love killing the majors because they cost the enemy so much food to have the majors die. And they're not that hard to kill because I don't think their armor is very high. At least not compared to like the leaf cutters. Alright, so they're doing that. We're going to come back up here. Okay. Yeah, that kind of sucks, because they caught us a little bit too close to that entrance, which means they're going to swarm that entrance faster than I want them to. But I need them, yeah, okay. We'll have to come back down. I don't know exactly why this is, but it seems like you can sit at the lower entrance a lot longer than you can at the upper entrance, because it seems at the upper entrance they come for you a lot faster. Yeah, we got a few of them, that's good. Good, yes, look, that's perfect trickle right there, because we'll just take out a few of them right there, easily. This is kind of a problem, because then they separate us, and that's really not the best, but there's still not a lot of them, so we should be able to do a decent bit of damage. Yeah, we're gonna have to stop and switch to the top one pretty soon here. I'm so sorry this is so laggy. It's not ever been this laggy when I've done this before. This is... I might really need a new computer. I'm sorry about this. Good kill on the trapjaw ant right there. And you just take every little victory you get. Every little ant that you kill is important in this because it's just you just need to do that in order to win this. That's the only way you will win, is just by taking out one individual ant at a time. And it's just nice when we take out the bigger ants because they cost the enemy more food. And that is already swarmed up, so we'll come back down. And you just keep doing this. You just go back and forth until they run out of food. And, like, as you can see, we still have 14,000 food. We've only gone through 6,000 food. So we have plenty of food to go at this point. And this is just all you do. You just keep doing this over and over. And this is why the speed is important, is because you want to get as many of them down here as you can. The speed is actually a lot more important at the earlier stages where you're trying to defend. But even at this point, it's important to get as many out here as possible, just in case they do happen to block up all the entrances for some reason. Alright, that is pretty blocked up, so let's go back up. And if anyone's asking about the graphics, I don't know if I'll include it. I tried to mess with the graphics, and it got to the point where you couldn't actually see... I turned the graphics down so low that I couldn't actually see what was really happening with the ants. And it still wasn't really helping the computer. I think my computer is, like, almost 9 years old now. And I use it a lot, so I get the feeling it's just kind of on its last legs now. And because it's on its last legs, we gotta go back down. I think it's just not gonna run as well as it used to. So it's unfortunate, but this is just kind of what it is. And I think it's just that there's a lot of... I think the big problem my computer's having is there's just a lot of entities on screen all moving around. I wonder if doing that would help it. Actually, it does seem like it helped it a bit. It's not as helpful to be able to see what's going on, but... Well, that's still pretty confusing. I'd like to see the health bars, though, so I don't know. I'll leave it up. It doesn't seem like it's changing things too much. Or is it? It's okay. Yeah, I'm sorry that it's like this. I think my computer's like 9 years old. I think it's just not able to keep up with things anymore, and this game's not, this game's still in early access, so it's not perfectly optimized either. So I think my computer's just having a little bit of a hard time running it, just because there's so many things moving around. But yeah, sorry about that. It's just, there's not really much I can do about that, unfortunately. Hopefully, I can get a new computer. I don't know when. I don't have a lot of money to work with in that regard, so it might be a while before I can do that, but maybe I'll just play simple, easy games in the meantime. Weird that they haven't come down to the bottom yet. This is taking them a little while. Come on, what's going on? Okay, there we go. There we go, we're getting a few of them. This is good, this is really good. We're gonna get a major. Oh wait, that wasn't a major, shoot. I thought it was a major, it was just a max leveled, slave maker. But, oh well. I think we're gonna get a major right there, though. They're very close to dying. Yeah, we got him. Cool. This is still doable, so I'll keep them going for now. I will leave soon, though. We're still actually getting kills. This is quite nice. The only nice thing about the trap jaws is sometimes they jump into the path of a bunch of other ants and then they're able to kind of pick them off, but it doesn't happen that often. More often than not, they just heal and then it's really hard for these ants to kill them. This is actually going pretty well. I'm actually, yeah, we're getting this worked out for quite a long time. We're still killing quite a few, especially on the back here. We don't have many ants out though. You gotta, okay, that's something I almost messed up there. If all of your ants out here die, then you're kind of screwed because then they will win. Because if you run out of ants on the outside, you just lose the game basically immediately because then they all come into your nest, and if you haven't gotten their food reserves really low, you're just gonna lose. Well, you guys swarmed that really quickly. Well, alright. And because these guys keep coming back to the nest just to keep the pheromone trail there, you gotta make sure that you move them periodically, and I'm going to have to move them because they can't get out anymore. And eventually they're gonna come back to the nests like that guy and get killed, so we gotta make sure that we come down here. Alright, this is good, ladies. We are winning. We're winning greatly. It's weird. When you go up, they just swarm you immediately. When you go down, they take a while. And I think that's because they come up at the top here, and so they bunch kind of up here and up here as opposed to down here. And I think that's why that they don't come down here quite as much. But I'm cool with it. I kind of like the down area more. Zooming in all the way actually seems like it helps it run a little bit better, which is nice. Oh, that's kind of rude. Alright, I'm going to wait just a little bit before I go up, because I kind of want these guys to follow just a little bit. Alright, this is probably good. If a handful of them can come off, that'll be good, but I don't want all of them to follow. Well, that didn't really work as well as I wanted it to. And that's not too bad. We'll get that guy. Hopefully, maybe. Nope, he jumped away and healed. Yeah, that's okay. That happens with the trap jaws, so not much you can do. This is good, yes, we isolated quite a few of them on the side here, so this should be good. Hopefully we get that trap jaw ran into the middle of all of them. Okay, we gotta come back down. Alright, it's still going well. They still have a lot of reinforcements. It's going to take a while before we whittle them down. I think the last time I tried, because I haven't actually... I think if you noticed, it said that there were, like, if you looked at the bonuses for this, it acted like this was the first time that I'm completing this, and it is technically the first time that I'm completing this, because building up 20,000 food, not being able to go based on the first time rewards for a lot of these missions is really difficult, because you only get, like, I think you get less than 1,000 food. I think with the leaf cutter levels, if you play them on really high difficulties, you might get 1,000 food, maybe. And so to get up to 20,000, it's hard. And I usually go through a lot of the food. Like, I think I probably have a few thousand left at the end of these. So it's difficult, and it takes a long time, and you lose a lot of food. So every time I win and I get into the nest and I'm just about to kill the queen, I hit escape, and I end the level. And so I never actually fully completed this, technically, but I was gonna win because the queen was dying when I got to that point. So yeah, I know it works, I've just never actually done it, technically. So this is the first time you will actually see it fully completed. This is the first time I will see it fully completed, which will be fun. You guys are killing them really quickly. I don't like that. This is a little scary because they might push through, and that would suck. Alright, now we got a bunch of guys. It's just up. They reduce the numbers a lot. Going down is not a problem. You cut us off a little fast. I don't like that, but we'll kill all of you and then just go on our merry way, I suppose. Or we'll go around the sides and initiate combat. One of the two. cool if I could drag them down a little more so I can have more people at the top. Alright, they're getting a little far, so I'm gonna bring them back up here. Oh, they cut them off so fast, that sucks. A few are getting through, so it's not too bad. Oh, this is good. We're actually coming along the bottom here and getting a few here. That's really nice, actually. It's not going to be nice for too long. Alright, we got to go back down again. There's quite a few up here, but I'll just go down. Wonder if I make a bold decision and go down here, just to kind of separate them out a little bit more. Not a bad idea, actually, because we got a lot of them down there. Yeah, let's try that. There we go, we're moving them out now. Well, they didn't really go as far as I was hoping they would, but that's okay. Ah, no, they're all coming. It's fine. It's working. It's actually working pretty well. I wonder if we can send this group up into here and just cause some chaos. Just bring them all the way back here and make things a little harder for them. Pick off a few of them out here. Yeah, that's actually working quite well. Yeah, why not? Just go all the way in. Why not? They're not getting any reinforcements because they're getting stuck here, but I'm dragging all of these guys back, which I think is important. And then we're getting easy pickoffs from these kind of stragglers. And what this will do is it'll bring the whole group all the way over here, which will be very helpful for us. Okay, that's as far as they get to go. I'm not going to keep encouraging that behavior, so we're going to come back up here now. And yeah, there's a whole bunch of guys, and they're all going back, which is fantastic. This is not a big group, but they're all... that's a little too big, I think. Actually, no. Just come right here. Just kill all these guys. There's not that many of them. Just kill them all. Just kill them all. There's only 4 of them. We can take them out. And they're all high priority targets that we can just kill. Alright, now we gotta go back. Okay, cool. We got those guys. That was good. That was a nice little pick-off that we got to do. And we drew a whole bunch of them in other areas. Like, there's guys here. Seems like there's not a whole lot in this area, but we pulled them back a decent amount. Cool. This is working. Yeah, okay. The trickle's going to start happening. Going to start, hopefully, kill a few of them before we have to retreat. It's not really working so well. That really didn't work very well for us, so we're just gonna go down. That's good. Yes, we'll get a few of them. This is very, very good. Get some slave makers mostly, but that's okay. Any dead enemy ants are useful. Okay, we gotta go back up. Oh yes, get that major, get that major, get that major. Please kill that major. Just please focus on that one major. I don't think we got him. Dang, that would have been really cool. That would have been great if we could have killed that one major that jumped in the middle of all of them. Oh well. Maybe I'll bring them. Oh, that's not a good idea. Go back down here. because then they will come straight down, and I don't want them to do that. It might pick off a few. It's not going to be fantastic, but might get a little bit. Yeah, okay. Well, now that they're all down here, let's go over here. Just drag them around, separate them, try to get some picks. That's what we can do. Got that slave maker, that's nice. Oh, absolutely get this little group, please. Please get these guys. At least get the major, please. Okay, that's fine. No more of that. Back up. Maybe we'll get this major. That'd be cool. Yes, we got the major. Good, good, good. The 1-star majors don't really have a lot of health, so they're really nice to kill because they get rid of 15 food from the enemy. So they're... If we can kill them, that's very, very nice to do. Alright, they're... I guess they're heading to the middle here, so there'll probably be some overflow that goes up there that we can deal with. Yep, there it is. Yeah, you healed. You win! Nah, we're not gonna get that guy. I was hoping... Well, maybe we will. A few of them kind of targeted him, so maybe. No, never mind. Okay. Oh, they kind of... Yeah, they're starting to move in, so we need to go back down. Still got a pretty big group up here, so that's nice. So yeah, this I will say this is probably the least riveting Empires of the Undergrowth gameplay that I can imagine. But this is kind of the only way to win this because you just can't brute. I mean, you've seen like anytime they get in a fight, you can't brute force them. They just plow through you. And if you just send them just straight forward at them, these guys just don't even stop them really. They just don't deal enough damage, and they don't have enough health to really put up too much of a fight. Maybe if you could increase this maximum number of ants up here, if you can increase that population to like 1,000, you might be able to brute force it, but you can't do that. And my computer would be very angry at me if we tried to do that. Alright, we've gone through 10,000 food now. So hopefully they're getting a little low. This would suck if they're not. Do we have a decent group out there? Yeah, we do. Okay. That's not sustainable. Let's just come back down. Hopefully we'll catch a few of them. Oh, please get that one major. Yes, get that major. Kill him. Her. Sorry. Her. I am very sorry. Kill her. All the ants are female. All these ants are female. I don't think there's a single male ant in Empires of the Undergrowth. They're all females. Every single ant in Empires of the Undergrowth is female. Yeah, there's no males in here because the males are are only born to reproduce with new queens and then they die immediately. I can't imagine that would be too much of a game mechanic in Empires of the Undergrowth. Actually, it could be. There could be kind of a fun little game mode where you're a queen and you have to you're like a new queen and you have to find a male to mate with and then go start a colony. That could be kind of fun, actually. I don't know if that would ever happen, but it could be an interesting idea actually. But no males in Empires of the Undergrowth right now. They're all females, and all of these soldier ants and all the workers and everything, they're all female, and the queen's female. All right, you guys are being jerks and killing everybody, so we'll come down. Anyone want to trickle down? It's been a little while. Be nice if you know, one of you trickled. There we go. One of you came down. Kill that slave maker. I just wanted one. I didn't want all of you. Ugh, all right, whatever. It's not a big group, but it's big enough that it's going to kill a bunch of us. We might get a few. Or one. I'll take one. We could just inch closer and kill those guys. There's just a little group that's not that strong, and I would like if we could kill them. Alright, come back down, guys, please. Don't get too caught up in that fight. Yeah, okay, that's good. Let's head up. Okay. This is going alright. I haven't noticed their numbers dwindling yet, so that's not the best, but it's not terrible. We're still doing alright. We're doing everything right still. We haven't made any big mistakes. Ooh, please get this major. Please get this major. Just get him. Just get her and surround her and kill her. Please. Please get her, please. Please. No. It's fine. Alright, that's good. Back down. In fact, I'm gonna have... Well, we'll get down first, and we'll kind of move everybody down first, and then we'll move over. Yeah, now we'll move over. That's nice. We got a few. Yes, get that one who tried to heal. Good. Ooh, yes, get this major. I can see its health going down. Yes, please, 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 please. Please get her, please. I think we got two oh, we got like 3 majors right there. Oh, that was fantastic. Good job, everybody. Oh, there's a bunch of them right there. That's not so good. Well, just fight them. Maybe we can kill that one. Yeah, we did. All right, we got a few. I'll take it. All right, and then they're gonna bunch us up right there, and there's no point in doing that, so let's just run. All right, cool. Glad we split them up quite a bit. You're tempting, but they're a little too close. See, that's another reason why you want speed, is because if those little opportunities happen, if I had just spent all of my jelly on speed, maybe my ants could have been fast enough to go over, kill them, and then before any of the new, like the rest of the army came. But I messed up. That was a big problem that I made, is I spent my jelly on trying to make the queen stronger. And I might be able to go in and alter that, but actually, can I? Is that a thing I can do? I don't know if I can do it mid-combat. Yeah, no, you can't. Okay. You can do it mid-combat, though, which is interesting. I didn't know that. I feel like their numbers are dwindling, actually. There doesn't seem to be as many, and it doesn't seem like there's a tremendous amount in this area. Sorry if that's a little fast, I'm just quickly looking. It actually looks like the numbers are starting to dwindle. This might actually be the beginning of the end here. Which would be fantastic. I would love for it to be the beginning of the end. Yes, get them, get them. Oh, more of them came. Well, we got one. Oh, no, we didn't. They healed. Okay. Maybe that little one will die. Nope. Nope, we just didn't get any. That's okay. This actually seems like not a bad time to come over here. We got one of them. I was hoping we get 2. That's okay. Yeah, come up here. Just go, this group, go for it. Just kill a bunch of these guys if we can. Yes, 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 get her, get her, get her, get her. Yeah, she's gonna heal, but she'll die. You will perish. Yes, kill them all. Just just plow forward. Let's see if I highly doubt we'll be able to get through here before the rest of them come in, but if we can get through here and kill a whole bunch of them, that would actually be really nice. Yes, get these majors. Looks like this is where we'll stop. Yep, that's kind of where we'll stop. There's going to be too many, and we won't be able to get past. This is actually not the worst. That's actually pretty bad. Never mind. I was like, there's not that many of them, but they're all really strong majors, and they will just shred through you. That's another problem. You can't let them group up like this and then just keep plowing through them, because once they go into their rage mode, they just kind of kill you, so you can't let them do that too much. There's actually not too many of them. That actually isn't the worst thing in the world. We are going to kill... We killed a whole bunch of majors. That is really nice. Oh, this is it. This is it. There's not many of them left. It's just these guys. We still do have to be a little careful because it's still hard for us to plow through these guys, but... Oh, there's more coming. Not too many, though. I actually think we're starting to get to the end here, because there's not too many of them coming out anymore. Yeah, you guys come down first, and then maybe I'll go back over and hit some of the ones that are coming through. I actually think this is kind of the end here, because there's a bunch going back, and there's a few coming back, but it doesn't. There's not a lot of ants on the field anymore. So I actually think we are getting to the point where we're going to win, which is amazing. So coming back down here. Yes, these little there's not even enough of them now that it's actually becoming a problem. We're just starting to kill them. Oh, this is fantastic. We're just killing them all. And then at this point, we're just going to come up here. Yeah, there's still guys here, but that's okay. Oh, we are killing them. This is so good. Just come here. Just come right here and kill these stragglers. Don't let them get away. And then these guys won't get away because they'll be intercepted by us, which is fantastic. Just kill all these guys. There's only a few left. We'll get rid of them. And this is what you wait for. Just once they're down to low numbers, you can fight them pretty effectively. And we should be able to take them on now. There's just not that many of them, and they're a little bit spread out, so we should be able to kill them relatively easily. Oh, this is good. This is good. Yes, we're doing this. Okay, see, now we have like 7,000 food left, so we had plenty. We could have done this with less, but 20,000 basically guarantees you're going to do this. And you might look at that and say, oh, if that's the case, then you could just gather up a lot of food for the for a harder difficulty. And that's what I thought too, but on the harder difficulties, they just start giving food to the enemies. So... Which sucks, because if they just give food... In fact, I might just do that just to have everybody go. But they just start giving food to the enemies if you take too long, or... Like, if you get to this point, usually what will happen is that if they run out of food, they'll let you come in, their Royal Guard will come out, and then as soon as the Royal Guard comes out, they put in... they put food out in front of their nest, and then they can just heal. So there's a few of these guys. He's going to squish some of our ants, which kind of sucks, but it's whatever. We just have to get in and kill them. So
progress, my Ereptus. Strike at your nemesis.
We just kill the queen, and then we win. And I don't. They might have a Royal Guard, but if they do, they only get that one use of the Royal Guard, which means they'll kill all of our ants. We'll have to restart one time. No, they don't have Royal Guard. Okay. Which, again, if Easy had Royal Guard, we could deal with it, but they don't, and so it's not that important. So, there we go! We did it! We killed him! We did Formicarium Challenge 3 with only workers! And I think this is the first time I've seen it on YouTube. I've been looking for videos to see if it exists, and I think this is the first and only time. I think this is the first time I've seen it. And maybe other people have done it, but I think this is the first time it's going to be on YouTube, which is really cool. Cool. And I'll go with the jelly. Yeah, because I would like to keep giving my ants some more things, and 1,300 food isn't that great, I'll be honest. So, okay, cool. There we go. That is how you beat Formicarium Challenge 3 with only workers. So, thank you all for watching, and have a great, great life, everyone.